Hello everyone and welcome back to another Poppy Builds video. Yay! Today I am continuing the Building Newcrest series, in which the one I restarted, and this specific section of houses is going to be very modern oriented. So today I am building a 2-bedroom modern home. It's a little bit smaller but still expansive in my opinion for a father and his daughter. You should see them mingling about near the front. So that is the premise behind the build today. The bathroom, to stick with this modern concept, is very white and neutral. And I quite like it. The bathroom is very massive. A really big bathroom. Honestly, the bathroom's probably bigger than their living room. So that is the concept. When I was creating these houses and stuff, like, I'm currently doing the Newcrest series, like, if we broke down the Newcrest world into 4 spaces, one space is like traditional blue suburban homes, which you will see those videos online, and I will link one in the top right here if you would like to watch it. This lot is also going to be, again, as I said, modern, but I'm also trying to do it as like tiny homes. And looking at this, I'm like, I have absolutely failed with the concept of tiny. I mean, these bedrooms are massive. This is a house for 2 Sims only. It could easily host another child or another parent. So this house could definitely be transformed into like a house for 4, which I think would definitely make it more tiny. But because it's only the dad and his daughter, it is quite a large house. So it's a tiny house, but not tiny because of the amount of Sims that live in it. So this is the daughter's bedroom. I wanted it to be very light, a bit matchy, and just have a lot of the toys and skill building items for her in this room, because the space for the living room and kitchen is mainly for the living room and kitchen. There's not a lot of space for like a little playroom and stuff like that. So that's why I also wanted the kids' room to be very large, just to accommodate for that too. Honestly, I just had the biggest yawn and I doubt you heard it. It's been one of those days, people. One of those days in which you wake up and you're like, I slept great, why am I so exhausted? Yes, that is how I feel today. So it's frustrating because I wish I had more energy. But I'm gonna go swimming because it's 105 degrees here, Fahrenheit, don't worry, not Celsius. It's like 42 degrees Celsius here if you want to think about it that way. So it's hot, it's very hot. There is no breeze. I'm very excited to go swimming, and that is a little life update from me. Anywho, very excited to go swimming. Hopefully that will wake me up a little bit, and by the time I'm awake, it's time to go to bed. So that's how it's going to work. I reorganized the daughter's bedroom too, because how I had put the bed initially kind of limited the functionality of the space, and by reorganizing it to push most of the skill building stuff this way, I think really works better than I had it initially. This is also kind of how I do a lot of rooms, but to be fair, there's not a lot of different ways you can do like a kitchen or a bedroom or a bathroom. They're gonna need a bed, they're gonna need a dresser. The shape and size and length is gonna determine how it's kind of oriented for the best functionality. So I feel like every time I do a build, I'm like, this is exactly what I always do. But I mean, most bedrooms have a bed, so that is okay. Anyway, these are my thoughts currently. It's very hot here, I'm very tired. Good thing I still like The Sims. What I do like that I did for this space is I put these so cool tree stickers. I don't know what you would call them because they're not portraits, they're like stickers, I would say, on the wall, and it makes it look like a little bit of a jungle against her bed. So I really love it. So her space particularly is not very modern. I wanted it to just reflect the space a child would have, and that is that. I also made the father's room have a little touch of pink, because maybe they bought the curtains in bulk and he's like, yeah, good enough for me, and he kept them. That's why I put them in there, and I quite like that. So this, like, I really wanted to do a very modern space, but I think this is a little bit more modern plus like traditional suburban. There was no break, I was just thinking. So that's what I was trying to kind of do for this space. I also think it would, in retrospect, be nice to maybe have another full length, you know, that like half arch window, like where the dresser is right now. That would be pretty cool. I did decide against it like initially when I was building this, but in retrospect, I don't think that would be too bad. But for the dad's room, I did go with a bit more of a brown emphasis, black, and then the curtains are the pop of color in the space. And I think it's very nice. But it also allows for, like, if they have guests over and stuff, and like the dad's like, okay, time to go to bed, sweetie. And she's like, well, I don't want to, or it's too loud to go to sleep. She could go and hang out in her dad's room, and vice versa. When she gets older and has parties and the dad's like, I'm tired. He can go into his room and like watch TV and relax there. So at least there's like one space for another relaxation, which I kind of like. Now this is what I struggled with the most, is this little entryway. How it is shaped and where I have this wall, I struggled to figure out the best way to put the kitchen in. In the end, it looks fantastic and I'm very happy with how it turned out, but it did take me a while to figure out the best maneuver, best move, but I do like it in the end. Also, unlike the bedrooms, which I do think are a little bit more less modern, more colorful, more personal taste, this kitchen and living room space is super modern in my opinion, and I really like how it turned out. For example, to like this dining room, mwah, modern. It also was so difficult to figure out how to do this space and make it 3 different separate sections without having walls or using dividers, because dividers would have just made this space too small. Even though this was intentionally a tiny home, it just would have made the space not very functional or very flowy. So how to design it was interesting, and it was a fun challenge to figure out. Unlike the bedrooms before, and I was like, well, you just need this, this, and this to make it work. It's like, yeah, you need this, this, and this to make it work. But how? So sometimes it's a little harder than just chucking in a bed or a fridge and an oven. So this is a good example of that, in which I tried to figure out how to do it the best way possible. And I do think I did a successful job. They've got a large kitchen, and I ended up putting a little living room here. So I do think in retrospect, you could have easily switched this living room and dining room space if you wanted to like separate the eating from the relaxing area. But overall, I don't mind that it is there. I kind of like it, even though it is a little bit awkward that like upon entry the first thing you see is the dining room table. But that is that. And as you can see, I really tried in this space to focus on the modern aspect. And this is not a tiny home. That's what the plan was, but look how big this kitchen is. This is not the kitchen you would have in a tiny home. So we can call this a small home. A small home. But these bricks outside, oh, so modern, so fresh, so fashion forward. Absolutely love them. They suit the exterior so well. The exterior is, in my opinion, quite modern, because like modern doesn't always have to mean black and white. In my opinion, it means like using textures with a typical emphasis on black and white. But it's just people watching this, no, that's not what modern means. That's what I think it means. So that is that. And I really like how this house looks. I also tried to make it match the house next to it exterior wise, except this one has a lot more emphasis on brick. But I love it. I love how this house turned out. It is adorable, and I just do a little bit of landscaping on the exterior, but that's pretty much the whole entire build, and I do just like it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't like The Sims, and other times I look at stuff like this and I go, no, just kidding. I love building things and I have so much fun doing it. So I hope you like this build, because I really did have a lot of fun making it, and you can find it on the Sims gallery underneath poppybuilds. I think I called it a 2-bedroom modern home, but also I'm not very creative with name titles, so there might be multiple 2-bedroom modern home titles in my gallery. But I tried. I did try. But I like it, and I hope you do too. I think my favorite part of all of it is probably, I don't know, kind of not the bathroom. Bathroom is very boring, but I think I really just like the brick flooring on the exterior for the pool. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit unique, and I think it suits the space really well. And I also added a jungle gym for the daughter, which is fantastic. Oh, okay guys, recording this has given me a lot of energy, so this has been a good time to do this. I'm very happy. So this is pretty much all of it. I add a bin, and let's go and tour it. So welcome to this 2-bedroom modern home. As you can see on the top here, as we walk by it, I tried to put like a black trimming to block the white, but I hope one day we can paint the ceilings. So welcome to the main area, where we immediately have our dining room, some acoustic instruments, and then this is the daughter's bedroom. This is a lot more colorful, less modern, less monochromatic, and just a lovely space. And I do love the yellow wall. I think it suits it. Here is our very modern and very minimalistic bathroom. Simple, basic. And then this is the dad's room. Also very simple, basic, but his room nonetheless. And then our little living room, and then our little kitchen. This is much more modern. The kitchen is very modern. So maybe they moved into a space that was designed to be modern and brought in their own personalities. That's a good way to think of it. And then this is the exterior with our small little pool. And then that's it. This is our beautiful, tiny 2-bedroom home that I absolutely and utterly love. I will see all of y'all next time. Bye!